Sorry, I had to look real quick. I'm back. I still don't have ice. This sucks. All right. So, I don't know what we're going to talk about. What was I thinking about? The Swiss bank accounts. Yeah, it's in time that divine union. So, yeah. Who's here? All right. What do you want to talk about, Spirit? Hey, boy. Good to see you. How's it going? Or Boyer, sorry. Thinking your name's Boyd. I had to move rooms real quick. Give my friend's kid their room back. Did you leave already? Boyer, my cards are saying you're... It's coming through a little slower. Sure, hi. Hi, sure. Sure. A million things. Huh. Huh? Uh-huh. We used to do that forever. We used to do really weird games like that. Or like, we'd sit in the car and when we were on the road, we'd pull over at a rest area and we would compare hallucinations in the windshield, like the water drops and stuff. Like, oh, you see Jimi Hendrix? He's smoking a joint right over there. Or like, oh my God, I totally see that. Oh no. No. I didn't kick you out. I had to get off really quick. I kicked everybody out and got back on. I had to do something really like spur of the moment. So, no. I have kicked people out, but you were not one. You didn't bother me at all. We were just talking about those paintings or the carvings in the side of the rock. They're done by starseeds. That starseed card won't stay in the deck. They're of some kind of vision that a starseed had. Those crystals. Yeah. They are, starseeds are like crystals. They hold crystalline structures. The golden ratio, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, those pictures were some kind of vision. I haven't seen them, but you know what you're looking at. Oh my gosh. I kind of do want to see these pictures now. These pictures might have something to do with divine union and the whole burning bush scandal. Because I'm getting starseed, vision, sex magic. So maybe it was trying to warn you of the fake twin flame, because this is really important at this time. I don't know what the pictures are, but it might be trying to warn you of your fake twin flame. Card spirit saying, pay attention. This is a really important part of the game. You don't want to get stuck on your fake twin flame. I don't know if that's what this has to do with, but I know that probably we were talking about ancestors leaving us money. They probably also left us carvings in rock, because that's like any artist knows that's the one thing that will last forever or the longest. So they would draw pictures, would carve pictures in the rocks. And us, the star seeds that are here now, would be able to. And this is weird, this is all coming out of my mouth because I really don't know what I'm talking about. Has to do with your ego death, helping you with your ego death, and making more balanced, more peaceful choices. Obviously, those pictures really touched you in some way. You're investigating. It might be more about not where the pictures came from, but what are they trying to tell you? How does it fit into your story right now? Because all of our storylines have repeated every lifetime. We're going through the same thing to get to this point that we're at now. We've been practicing over and over for the age of Aquarius. Anything else? Anyone else want a reading? Boy. Boy. All right. I don't know what I want to pull on. I never know what questions to ask. The most important part. You don't listen to past exes anymore? Are you calling me a past ex? Is that what you're accusing me of? Gotta clean my glasses for this one. All right, we won't talk about any exes anymore then. We'll talk about future. That got a little deep yesterday, didn't it? Talking about exes. They're in a world of mess right now. Oh, shizzle sticks. So, well, let me get more. Past liars, yeah. Okay, this looks good for me. I don't know about for you, Boyer, if this is going to make sense on your end, but I'll go ahead and describe what I'm seeing. It looks to me like people have come together. I can see the writing if I'm at exactly the right distance. Anyways, people are coming together. Yeah, the cards. People are coming together. Teamwork. We got the hawk, seeing things from a higher perspective. Teamwork, you knows somebody. There's a wise owl. And I'm not sure what soar means. They might have been exposed by air, satellite. What do they call those things that fly around? Anyways, by air. You haven't gotten communication about this. You don't know about it yet. You don't know about the wrath. that is coming. Okay? Does that make any sense? I guess it wouldn't if you don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I gotta unstack my cards so I can get to them. Don't know yet. Or at least not this in particular. Oh, it's very clear? Good. It disconnected for a minute for some reason. Oh, that's another thing. My phone is acting so flipping weird. Like weird. Acting so flipping weird. Like weird. I don't know. It's more jacked up now than it's ever been. And it's so weird because I just got this phone about maybe 2 months ago. And I haven't even had a job where I've set my phone down somewhere. Nobody has access to my phone ever, except for me. My kids don't even use my phone. I don't let them touch my phone. They all have their own phone. I give them my old ones. So anyways, but my phone is making phone calls that I didn't make. I have outgoing calls I didn't make. What's that about? What else? There's probably other stuff. It's probably being blocked from my mind right now. But it's annoying. AF. Claudia! How are you? How's my girl? We were just talking about my phone acting like a lunatic. And we're also talking about Boyer's some exposure going on in his life. Oh, so this is, you didn't tell me it's about an inheritance. It was cloned. Yeah, something's going on. I don't know about that stuff. I literally don't even know if I did know. Like, I don't research it. I don't try to figure it out. The most I figure out is online with you guys because I really don't feel like there's anything I can do about it. I can't go without it, so what am I gonna do? Can't go buy another phone. Can't, like, they've completely incapacitated me. And really, what is it they can figure out through my phone anyway? I don't. All I do is YouTube videos, and all that's public anyway. So it's not like they're getting any extra information by having my phone bugged. But I am looking forward to a new phone. Like ASAP. I'm getting one ASAP. That's the first thing I do. As soon as I get $100. I'm going to Walmart. Anyways, you didn't say, Boyer, this is about a stolen inheritance. That they saw something from the air. They still haven't told me how they found it from the air. Oh, the stolen inheritance was a lover of yours once. They stole your inheritance. I don't know how this Queen of Wands has anything to do with any of this. Alright, clarify. You have some sort of Queen of Wands in your life? That's what Evita told me. They got me bugged through my carrier. Yeah. I need money to do that too. Oh, you're back, Sharon? No, I don't have a family plan. I have my own shit. I've always had my own shit. I have Straight Talk. And I have my location finder off on Google and my phone. Avita made sure I did all that. Oh, garbage in, garbage out. What up, Luke? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, it looks to me, Boyer, like you have a Queen of Wands that I don't know how is flying above this situation and causing a problem for this ex-lover of yours that seems like seduced you into a relationship and may have even drugged you. Hartwick? Yeah, I'm Hartwick, but without the E. My brother's a tech genius. The one that lives with my mother. My gay brother that lives with my mother. Oh yeah, it is 10:22. I was noticing that on my phone today, and I started my last live at 11:22, which is my twin flame and my number. All of a sudden, happy birthday! That's a cool birthday. Yeah. Are you talking about my brother, Sharon? Anyways, I was on a phone line with them, for a minute because I lost, like when I lost Sprint, because that was a racket, and then they put me on their phone, but they got me an Android, and I hate Androids. I only use Apples, so I was like, fuck it, and I went to Straight Talk. I only had a phone with them for like a month, but then I got rid of it and just got Straight Talk, and I've had that for like 4 years now, probably. It's actually really nice because if I don't have money, I don't have to pay my bill. And you sent me money, Claudia? Thank you so much. If I don't have money, I don't have to pay my bill. It just shuts my phone off. But if it's off for 3 months, then it changes your number. And I normally don't care about that because I just don't like people from my past getting a hold of me. They're in my past for a reason. So changing my number and stuff like that has always been great. But then it got to be a pain in the ass because of like changing passwords and all that stuff. You're on an Android? Claudia, thank you so much. Do you want, well, hold on, let me get to the bottom of this. We're right in the middle, we're almost to the end of this, I think. And I'll give you a reading. Think of a question, Claudia. So, and by the way, I love that name. I knew someone named Claudia growing up, and I just thought she was so beautiful, and she just had the most beautiful name. I wanted her name. My name, when I was a kid, if I could have changed my name, it would have been Claudia. That's what I wanted to be called. Anyways, something about this Queen of Wands, this public defender. Maybe this is a lawyer you have that's getting information or got information that's turning this whole thing, their world, upside down. Claudia Cardinal. That is beautiful. That is a beautiful name. I love cardinals. Anyways, this Queen of Wands, though, is confusing me because saying they're a public defender, but also that they're the King of Wands rock star. This person's somebody that's on stage. That's cool. You're smart, boy. There's some codes going on that I know that we need to be hooking into, like this code to our Swiss bank accounts. The code to get into our Swiss bank accounts. She said she just typed in something random and it just went to this bank account. It's like a back door. It's to the black web. Old actress car. Din. Al. Like the guy. Al, the guy. Shit. I don't know what you're saying. Who is this public defender? Whoever this public defender is, they're keeping you from defeat. You're a fussy old lady. I noticed, Sharon. You remind me of my grandma. Birdman of Alcatraz. I'm the Birdman. His name was Al. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? All right, I'm going to clear this up for now, Boyer. We're getting too distracted. I'm going to do something for Claudia. She sent me some money, honey. That's real nice. Real nice. Just as I'm talking about needing to switch my... Actually, I can't even switch my phone companies now that I think about it. I'm going to have to get a new phone because I just got this Straight Talk phone and they lock it for a year. Oh, the Cardinal guy? Me too. I love distractions. It's probably why I've only gotten this far in life. I could have made it a lot further if I didn't keep getting distracted with shiny things. I'm finally focused in on what's actually the real gold. Who didn't show? Your distraction? All right, I don't need these cards for that. What cards am I going to use? We're going to do these cards. We're going to do one question at a time. Was he supposed to show up yesterday? Better not been your twin flame, Sharon. We're going to have some issues. Did Claudia's ex cheat on her? Yes. He cheated on you with somebody that he knew from his past. 6 of Cups. Sharon, you're gonna get me, like, worked up or something. Calm down. Find some peace. Find some peace. All right, Claudia. It was somebody from his past. Somebody he got together with from online. So I'm thinking it probably wasn't one of your friends or like somebody. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking it was somebody you probably didn't know. Because it was somebody that he hooked up with from online. And if it was somebody you knew, it would have been in life, you know? But I'll pull more cards. Yeah, are we infringing on his business, Sharon? I don't know, maybe we are. Whoever it was single. It wasn't one of your family or friends. It was a Queen of Swords. Hi, Amy. Could have been a air sign. Somebody that was single, Gemini, Aquarius, or not, is that air? Yeah, Aquarius or Libra. Somebody that he had once loved from his past. It was actually somebody that he shared unconditional love with from his past. It wasn't somebody that you knew. And they somehow ran into each other online, probably Facebook or something. Sharon, you're going off the rails. I thought you were sick. You're pretty feisty for a sick old lady. Yeah, you gotta feel sorry for that girl he hooked up with. Was she younger? I don't think so. I'll ask Spirit. Was she younger? Queen of Swords isn't a younger lady. No, she wasn't younger. It looks like she was older. I wouldn't worry about it, though. Sharon's right. Don't even worry about that stinker that cheated on you. You know what I mean? I already told you your twin flame's coming in. Shit, I should have remembered that. Why are we talking about this, Claudia? Let's talk about your twin flame. Let's talk about that. She was depressed, yeah. You're going back to old memories that broke your heart and you're healing them. You don't, maybe that information will help you heal that wound a little better, knowing that no, he didn't twist the knife in that deep. It was somebody he knew that he once loved, and he was impulsive. That's what the card said. It was impulsive. Fuck twin flames. Sharon? I don't think you know who it is. Like I said, it was somebody from his past. And it was a Queen of Swords. Yeah, just let it go. It had nothing to do with you. It really didn't. It had nothing to do with you. It was all him having insecurities, ego issues, needing validation from people from his past. She probably rejected him in his past. And then she came back, and then they found each other. And then he just was like, he needed that for his ego. Yeah, it's lymptics. Sharon. Oh, that's funny. It's lymptics. It's a thing. It's a real thing, Claudia. It really is. What should we pull? What card should we pull? Let's find out more about your twin flame. We'll get some archetype cards. That's the one. That's the one you have to worry about. The Queen of Swords is typically single and kidless. So I would say probably not, as far as what that reading said. Who cares if he has kids as long as they're not his? That's funny. Yeah, I mean, shit. We got the seed. You've got the one coming in, Claudia, who's a star seed, just like you, has all these layers of wisdom, is deep, deep thinker, okay? They're a vessel for God. They hold pure white light, just like you. You're going to solve this riddle, Claudia. Or your twin is. One of you is going to figure it out. I'm not talking about that guy anymore, Claudia. I'm talking about your twin flame. We are refocusing. Wow, I do this to my friends in real life, too. I'm like, nope, not talking about that anymore. I'm talking about something else. Sorry, Claudia. Yeah, about that taking care of extra kids thing. You know how many stepkids I have? How much money I've spent on stepkids that won't even be friends with me on Facebook. And then there's those that I don't even want to be friends with on Facebook because of how badly they screwed me over at the end. Like, demons. So, this is your false twin flame we're talking about, Claudia. This is the baggage you have to let go for this twin flame to come in. This is the key. You're at that pivotal point in the game where you literally have to not care about that person anymore. They were put in the game to trick you. They were under you. They, this person you're talking about in particular, cast spells on you, love spells and glamour spells. They put glamour spells on themselves so they looked like drop dead gorgeous and were super sexy to you and like good in bed and all that stuff. But if you really look back, like they really didn't have much to work with in bed anyway. Like, why were you even so attracted? What else? They have no compassion for you. They don't care about you at all. They care about themselves. They're in and out. 28 years of marriage. The guy was maybe great in the beginning, but he died, okay? You fell in love with a person that was taken from you. He was murdered by the reptilian agenda. The reptilian agenda replaced him with a shapeshifter. And it's really hard. It's really hard to recognize. They study. They do study character studies so that they can trick you. But it's not them. And their sole purpose at that point, once they're taken over by this shapeshifter, is to destroy you. And it's a fight till the death. We are in a war right now. It's a fight till the death. That person will not stop trying to take you out, ever. And it's not even the person you fell in love with. This was my problem too. You're a loyal heart. You're loyal to people. But you are loyal to the wrong person. Your husband, the person you fell in love with, does not exist on this realm anymore. His soul exists, but not his body. It's an imposter. You have to let it go. It's a monster. It's a fucking monster. Let it go. And as soon as you do, your twin flame is going to knock on your door. I swear to God, that's how it works. They're right there. They're right there. They're right behind the curtain, right behind this twin flame illusion. You need to block him on Facebook. Just get rid of him. I mean, I didn't block mine on Facebook, but he never talks to me anyway, and I just quit going on Facebook. So I never see him anymore. And I don't answer my phone. So if he called, I wouldn't know. And the one time I've seen him come on alive on here, I pretty much told him to get lost. And I haven't seen him back since. But you gotta just, like, literally, you gotta cut it off like it's a fucking cancer. Because it is. It is this part of the game that stops everybody. This is the stumbling point where everybody gets blocked from their twin flame. And everybody needs to get over this. And right now, because the time is now. You got to stop it right today. Cut it off. And it really only takes it's really only a switch in your mind. At least for me it is. I can cut people off like easy peasy. Hey Jen. But this twin flame, the fake twin flame, was especially hard to cut off because they were a part of the program. They're constantly baiting you to not detach. They give you a little tiny bit of the good stuff just so you keep on wondering, is there a good soul in there? But there's not. There's just not. So you got to let it go. And then you're going to get the one. The one comes. The star seed. The vessel. And that's why this riddle card came up too. That's why I went into this whole thing actually. This is the riddle that you need to solve. This is the part of the game you're in. This is the burning bush part on Zelda. You never would have found it if somebody didn't tell you where it was. I'm here telling you right now, this is the burning bush part. You gotta fucking burn that fucking shit to the ground. And then your life is gonna transform. That's the riddle. That's the riddle that's the cheat sheet I keep on trying to give everybody. Because I swear to you, the day I fucking text my fake twin, and on Facebook, I don't even have his phone number, and told him it was over. Like, you're the enemy. That's what I told him. You're obviously the enemy. That day, my twin flame found me. It was the same day. The exact same fucking day. Like, that's how right on it was. It was like a key. You twist the key, the door slides open. And maybe that's just in my life, but honestly, we're all the same. And it, you know, it might work a little different for different people because there might be more than just that key that you got to get before that door slides open to your twin flame. You know, there's other stuff. But we're at the end of the game. So I feel like the burning bush part is like your Achilles heel, kind of like me. That and figuring out my mom was a serial killer. That was another one that had to happen. But yeah, that's where you're at. So you can just take care of that today and you'll be on your way. And you can board the plane. We'll be ready for takeoff in 15 minutes, Claudia. And you're welcome. It's my pleasure. Yeah, this person's gonna help you sustain the love in your heart. They're gonna fill that hole for you that was left by this reptilian. Yep. What did I just say? Anima mundi. This is life force. It's the life force in your blood that heals everything. It heals all. So all this heartache and stuff, you don't even have to heal all of it on your own, Claudia. Your twin flame is going to help you with that. You just have to get past the burning bush part. Then you get to the sweet nectar. The sweet, sweet nectar. Yeah, because it's the apocalypse. It's the end of the world. And at the end of the world, Claudia gets her twin flame. That's how this game works. You made it. You made it to the end. And you're about to get your prince. Your prize. Your Princess Buttercup. Yeah. You've walked through the desert. You've been there, done that. This next one coming in is just going to be the exact opposite of the last one. It's going to be pure love and compassion and healing. You're going to feel safe. You're going to feel safe enough to heal. the rest of those wounds you've got. I get the Destroyer and Kiss. I think this Kiss is gonna be the destroyer of a lot of your demons, Claudia. It sounds like a good one. A real good kiss. Let me pull some tarot. Who's Claudia's twin flame? We tried to figure this out yesterday. I think we narrowed it down to it's a water sign and it's a doctor. I'm calling them it. But the only thing about the signs is you have every sign in your chart pretty much, so that really doesn't help that much. Where? I wish I had I don't like a pendulum. Do you guys ever get good answers with a pendulum? That thing always messes with me, but it does do yes or no answers. But I'll try it with cards. Does the first name start? Oh, one just came right out just like that. Let's see. Page of Pentacles. That could be a yes. Page of Pentacles. It could also be somebody who's bringing you something, like a gift of some kind. Could be an earth sign. The moon. This person's hidden from you. You don't know. I think I told you yesterday, God likes to surprise us. But there's a message coming in. There's a message coming in from somebody with a gift, okay, that's being hidden by the moon and the reverse high priestess. It's a secret, Claudia. I can't tell you. That's what Spirit just said. It's a secret. But you got somebody coming in with a ring. That's what it looks like to me. And that's what we got yesterday too, I think. Yeah, there's somebody trying to stop this. Whatever. That ex of yours is doing magic on your love life, by the way, to keep your twin flame away. And as long as you keep any love in your heart for your ex, any amount of love in your heart, Claudia, is protection for your ex. You protect his magic against you and against your love life and against your money. All your shit. He's trying to stop you from moving forward. He can get into your head. He can say things that will trigger you to self-sabotage. And you don't even know it. Words have so much power. That's why it's so important not to talk to them at all. Like, don't speak to people that you know don't have good intentions for you. They can fuck you up that way. Don't speak to them at all. You got to cut them off. I've been there, Claudia. You know, it's when you have no love in your life, Claudia, it's really hard not to reach back for those that once showed you anything. You know, when you are laying in the desert, completely, you know, your lips cracked, your body parched, and you just need a drop of water, you'll take it from just about anybody. So I get it. But what I learned is that they're just going to traumatize you more. And you'll have more to heal from before you can get on with your real life, with a real partner. Because the main thing that Spirit is trying to show you is that you're not loving yourself enough. If you really were loving on yourself enough, Claudia, you wouldn't have anything to do with this person. You probably wouldn't have had anything to do with them a long time ago. And by you cutting this person off completely, you're telling spirit that you love yourself enough to have a divine partner in your life. Because if you don't love yourself enough to cut off the evil, that evil is going to destroy your divine partnership anyway. It's going to have ends to it. Like my family destroyed every relationship I ever had. And especially the one with my twin flame. They fucked it up. So they're not in my life anymore. No one's in my life anymore. So now it's safe. I'm safe to be with my twin flame. But that only happened a month ago. I've been tangled in shit. In darkness. People with darkness. And you have to release that before you can join with the light. Otherwise, you're too weighed down. And that's another thing about twin flames. It's like you guys both have to get to a certain point. You guys both have to get to God. Like it's a triangle. This is how I see it anyway. You guys both have to get to God. And you're both at the bottom points of the triangle. You have to get to God. When you guys both to get to this point to God, it activates this connection here. Until you reach this point here, this connection is the energetic frequency just won't connect. So you got to love yourself. That's how you get to God, is by loving yourself, going within, cutting out anything that's dark. And then bam, this comes together, and it's like a power source too. That's another thing I don't quite understand. But when the twin flames come together in union with God, it creates a major power source. And that's what we're looking for to make this portal to get everybody to heaven. The key is to love yourself enough to cut all the darkness out. And just spend time by yourself, doing what you love. I started doing YouTube videos because I had no one to talk to. And it almost seems like you're talking to people when you're doing YouTube videos. Even though it's just, even when you're not on live and you're just doing your camera, it almost seems like you do have a friend there. You're sitting there talking to yourself. And they're talking back. So, that was one of the ways that I completely was able to disconnect from even like my best friend, my lifelong best friend. I disconnected from her. And not even something that had happened recently. Well, actually, it kind of had something. I wonder if I should go into this story. I guess I'm supposed to. Anyways, she was my lifelong best friend. As a matter of fact, her parents took me in a lot when I was a kid so that I would have like my own bedroom and stuff. Like, they were really good to me. And she was more like a sister. She's always been around. But she also always talked shit about me behind my back. And I always gave her a pass because she was just jealous and envious. And I used to always just try to spoil her and make her feel good about herself and all that stuff. And I just thought it was, it was about helping her feel better about herself, not about her destroying my reputation. I kind of don't care about, because I feel like if people believe lies about me, I don't care to be their friend anyway. Like, I just don't care for false relationships. I don't like small talk, like none of that. I just don't care for that. So I let it slide. When I got arrested this last time, she texted me a picture of my mugshot, which was god awful. I'm like crying and I look like shit. I was with the rapper at the time. She said, you gotta quit. All you think about is dick. Like, all you care about, like, you gotta get your shit together and this and that. And I was just like, after she sent me that, like, I had just gotten out of jail. I was not feeling well. And after she sent me that, I'm like, that's it. Like, I can't deal with her anymore either. I'm just done. I'm done. I don't have any friends. No family. Fuck it. The last thing I had to get rid of was my fake twin flame, because I kept on trying to get him to be my friend. And he's not a friend. He's a fucking loser. Yeah, fake people suck. So, and pretty much everybody is. And it's not that they're bad. It's that they're damaged. I mean, there is the reptilian agenda I keep talking about, and they're fucking crawling everywhere, but yeah, she was really cruel. She'd tell people I had, like, STDs and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, she came over and said she wanted to talk to my fake twin flame. He was living with me. And, she took him for a drive in her car. My best friend. I wasn't too worried about it, although I should have been. I don't know why I wasn't worried about it. Like, he left the next day. When I came home from work the next day, all his shit was gone. I don't know what she told him. I called her and I was like, what the hell did you say to him? And she's like, well, I just told him if he was going to leave, he should do it now. And I'm like, okay. I literally didn't even fucking get mad about it. I was like, well, if he left, then good riddance. Let him be gone. But at the same time, like, what the hell? You know? And why the hell do I keep somebody like that in my life? Like, that's my best friend for 40 years. 40 years. I put up with that shit. But not anymore. As a matter of fact, she came over to give me a birthday card, and I was hesitant. But it was really weird. I think she got taken over by the reptilian agenda, too. Because she will not look me in the eye at all. At all. She wanted to come over and bring me a birthday present. And yeah, and I've been hearing that too, because she's majorly like that. She sleeps with everything. And as a matter of fact, she's picked up a couple of my exes and slept with them. I'm just like, what are you doing? And I don't even care about that. I really don't. If that's what they want to do, let them fucking do it. It's just weird, you know? It's fucking weird. To me, it's weird. It's not something I would think about doing, but whatever. So anyway, she came over to bring me a birthday card. My birthday was just last month. And I was like, are you coming? You know, she said, I'm almost there. I said, are you coming in? She's like, well, no, I gotta go. My husband's with me, and she just got married not that long ago. And his baby's mama ends up dead. But anyways, like, mysterious stuff. Just thought about that. But anyways, I can't even go there right now. I'm trying to finish a story, Spirit. The fuck? She wouldn't come into my house. And then so I go out into the driveway, and she hands me a card, and I knew there'd be money in it, and I was stoked because I needed money. But I almost knew I shouldn't take it, but at the same time, it was just like, Spirit, like, you got to give me some money from somewhere. It must be this. So I took it. But she wanted me to come over for dinner. I refused. I had to make videos or whatever, but I felt really uncomfortable. She wouldn't look me in the eye. She wouldn't come into my house, which is another thing I'm finding, is the demons won't come into your house unless you, like, straight up invite them. It's really weird. It's like they're not allowed. Yeah, it was weird, but it was like, she would sleep with guys that, like, put it this way. I'm not the type of person that cuts a person off just because we didn't work out. We dated or whatever and it didn't work out. I still want to be friends. It almost never works for me. My twin and I almost pulled it off, but it almost never works for me because they're just weird. But what was the moral of that story? Oh, yeah. So, like, you know, a couple of these guys, I'm just like, I won't even answer my phone for them. They were so creepy, what I found out about them, and They were so flippin' creepy. This one guy she moved in with him and moved out, and he owed her like $2,000. And that happened the month after he took me to Florida. He took me on vacation to Florida. And then when I got back, he told me that I needed to go to rehab, and I told him to get fucking lost. And I never spoke to him again. And then she circles back around and moves in with him? Like, weird. I can't even believe anybody I would sleep with her either, honestly. I'm not going to say more than that, but it's just like, ew. Oh, and that's another thing that's come up. Why does she want to chase everybody away from me? Like, she's got to be like, have some weird obsession. Thank you. That's another thing I've been thinking about too. Is like why she has to have me all for herself. Like, she lived with me for a while. After I almost died in California and I came back home, I moved into a cabin on Sanford Lake that my mom owned. Well, I think it was my mom anyway. Anyways, I moved into that, and Gina came back from Colorado. No, she didn't. She never tried, but I've always been adamantly straight. Like, yeah, she's never tried that. And I've never even known her to do that necessarily. But I have known her, like, to be on every single dating app and with the different, I mean, like, literally, I got on POF one time, and I was like, she's like, well, who have you met on there? And I was like, well, I talked to this guy, this guy, this guy. And she was like, oh, that guy, she knew them all. She had been to all their houses. I'm like, holy shit. Like, so, I don't know. That POF thing didn't work out very good for me. Except for my twin flame. That's how I met him. But he was the first person I met on POF. And then after, we were never really together. And then I met one person right after him. And that guy ended up being a flippin' reptilian, I think. He threw me for a loop. And then I was like, done. Done. Community OE. What's OE stand for? Yeah. Yep, she definitely was. Now she's married. She married this guy that works as a mechanical engineer for like next year or something. And he had 2 kids. And he was paying serious, like $900 a month in spousal support. Ooh, I didn't see that next one. Oh, sorry. I did see them both, Jen. I saw them both. I know he was paying like $900 a month in spousal support, and then like another $500 or something like that for child support. And they were sharing the kids 50-50. I hate how they do that. They split up people's money based on what they make. It is the dumbest shit in the world. But anyways, that's what they did to him. And so he was paying like $1,400 a month. And my friend, I didn't mean to name her name earlier, but whatever. My friend, she had to, like, when she came in, she had to pay for like the kids' daycare, all the groceries. Like, she had to pay for a ton of shit. And I know it really, the whole baby's mama thing irritated her. Even, I know she never even wanted to be with somebody that had kids. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, yes, I did. You're just going up the line. Okay. She never wanted to be with somebody that had kids. As a matter of fact, when I would cry to her about what was going on with my stepkids I had a 17-year-old that was just, was trying to ruin me. But if I would complain to her about it, she's like, well, you should have married somebody with kids. She's like, I'm never going to be with somebody with kids. Like, and I would just, you know, it was just kind of like one of those, like, you know, just fucking stick the knife in a little fucking deeper, why don't you? And then next thing you know, she's marrying a guy with 2 kids with a, like, crazy ex that's sucking him dry of all of his money. And then next thing you know, she dies. She was 41. Some mysterious, they don't know what happened. But it was perfect for my friend. One of the stories she told in the driveway, I said, well, how are the boys doing with their mom being gone and stuff? They are 5 and 10. And she was like, well, they don't really talk about her anymore. She's like, they used to talk about her all the time. And she's like, and I wouldn't say anything, even though I would get so annoyed, like, she's not here, I'm the one that's here. She's like, but I wouldn't say anything. But they have stopped talking about her. And I was just, like, all I could think was, like, they can feel your energy. Doesn't matter if you tell them to stop talking about their mom. Anyways, that whole thing is kind of weird, isn't it? Maybe I should pull some cards. Am I getting too nosy? Am I not minding my own business? I should probably stay out of all this business. What do you think, Jen? Should I pull cards on those? I feel like I'm in weird territory. I feel like Spirit's making me talk about shit I don't want to talk about. All right, Spirit, what do you want to say? Let's make this quick. This is none of my business, Spirit. Upheaval. Night. Teamwork. Shizzle. It was black magic. Moon magic. It was more, there was shit. It was a whole team that did this whole thing. It was magic. She sent ghosts. She probably scared the shit out of her. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I could at least tell. I'm just trying to tell what I know. And this isn't even really something I've thought about, honestly. It's Spirit making me talk about it. I mean, I was a little irritated when she said that about her kids, but, like, she wouldn't look me in the eye the whole time. She didn't call me a year before that. No text, no nothing. She, as a matter of fact, the last time I had talked to her, she came into Jack's when I was working at the market to give me my birthday card. That's the last time I saw her or spoke to her, because I just quit talking to her, and she got the message. She got the memo. She quit. You know, she didn't reach out. And then it was just weird. A year later, she texted me, "Are you home?" And I was like, I literally was like, I wasn't at home. I was at Dow Gardens that day taking pictures for doing videos. That was such a good day, by the way. That was so nice. I love that place. It's so pretty. But anyways, and I didn't even text her back until the next day, or until later that night when I knew she wouldn't come over anymore. And I said, no, the text said, "Are you working?" And I text back at like 8 o'clock at night. "Yeah, why?" And she just said, I have a birthday present for you. She said a cake. And I was like, oh shit, a cake? I know where that's going. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then I was like, well, I'll be home at whatever time tomorrow. So the next day, she texted me and said, are you home? I'm right by your house. And I was like, yeah. And then I went out, and it was a card. It wasn't a cake. But she did want me to come over for dinner. But she, like I said, she wouldn't even look me in the eye. Why does she want me at her house for dinner? Like, we're not even really, like, there's really, I don't know. I look people in the eye. That's how I figure out what they're talking about. Because you can't tell what people are saying by what they say. You have to look in their eyes. And if somebody won't look me in the eye, I'm like, okay, well, nothing you're saying is true. Or means anything to me. For, you know, I don't know. It's not fucking reality. Catching. Spirit, tell me what. Yeah, trying to save money for her own self-interest. Or they were. Maybe. Because there's at least 3 people involved here. Doing magic. Sending ghosts. Sending goblins. And they're saying that maybe it was some kind of a heart issue. But like I said, at 41, it just doesn't make sense. But that would kind of make sense. They're sending flipping ghosts. Maybe she was scared to death. I'm sure that happens. Yeah, they definitely turned her. They killed her. She's not the same anymore. She's gone. They sold her organs. She's like doubled in size since then too. That girl can eat. Like, no joke, like 10 pieces of bread at a time. And that's before the dinner plate. 10 pieces of buttered bread. And I literally looked down at my plate, took like 2 bites, and the 10 pieces of bread were already gone. I swear to God, I was in like serious shock. I couldn't believe it. I don't even know why I'm remembering that, but I could not believe it. I've never seen anything like it. She's always been, you know, she's like Hispanic. She's got like a Hispanic build. She's always been a little like short and thick, but she's like round now. She's like a ball now. She didn't even get out of the car. I don't think she wanted me to see how big she is, but I could see. Like, it's the kind of obesity that you have to get people to help you, like, wipe your own ass and shit. Anyways, I'm saying that because I feel like it's a reptilian trait. Not that all big people are reptilians, but if a reptilian takes over somebody, they're probably going to be heavier than they were before. That's all I'm saying. All the reptilians I know gained major weight. So we're getting insight into the teamwork that was at play here. There's a warning about this magic. Going in a mischievous direction. I wonder if she sent the ghost to my house too. The goblins. And it's something they do on a routine. She's doing magic on me. Regularly. She sent goblins to my house. She did it to this girl too. It worked with her. Unbelievable. Y'all, I hate how these all turn into my, like, therapy sessions. I feel bad when that happens. Not that this feels like therapy, but we're not talking about any of your all's problems right now. Not that this is a problem. I cut her off. Apparently, I just have to expose her too. You watching my channel too? That was another thing. She was like, she really wanted to know if I was working, where I was getting my money. You know, the first text was, "Are you working? Are you at home? Are you at work?" And I was like, I don't work that job anymore. Because the last time I saw her, I was at Jack's. I don't work that job anymore. I didn't tell her where I work or nothing about that. Because actually I did. So anyways, I was telling her I was looking for a job because I needed a better job. I was doing some like office cleaning with my baby's daddy, which is fine, but it wasn't enough money. You think they're doing dark magic on my friend? I think she got taken over because she can't look me in the eye. And then I said, but you're right about the minions. You're right. There's human minions. Her husband's probably a minion. And I don't know who else the third person she's got in on this racket would be. But I can feel him stabbing my ear right now. How many people are on here? Well, it's just us. I can feel him stabbing my ear right now. Because I'd already told you. They got tricks. They got tricks. So where was I going with that? Yeah. So then I said, I was like, hey, she's like, where are you working? And I was like, oh, I'm just doing some stuff with Mike. But I'm looking. And she's like, told me about some place in Auburn. And she's like, but the county connection doesn't get there, and I'm not driving, da-da-da. And then I was like, well, I'm getting close on my channel. I'm doing pretty good on my channel. Eventually, I'm going to get that to hit to where I can start making money off of it. Because the more subscribers I get, the faster I get more subscribers. So it's going to grow. I was like, so I'm working. Actually, at the time, I was still working on 6 channels. And I said, have you seen any of my channels? And she didn't even answer me. She just kept looking away. Like, she didn't even hear me say, did you know I'm working on YouTube? Yeah, because I can see the evil, and she knows it. She didn't used to have that in her, though, Jen. She used to have a heart of gold. Like, she would do anything for anybody. It's weird. And she had light in her eyes. Like, she was probably another one of the angels in my life. But what happened when things changed with her, because she was my best friend, and she, all through school, all of my friends from elementary school turned on me, just started talking trash about me. I didn't have any friends. 7th grade, first day of 7th grade, I had no friends. That's why I ended up being friends with my neighbor from across the street who was in 9th grade and all his friends. And that's when I started smoking weed. That's when I met Mark. Like, thank God that all of those fucking fake bitches cut me off because I was too pretty to hang around their boyfriends. And cool. I was always one of the guys anyway. Yeah, that's not bad. I got like 100 subs in 2 days when I first got to this house, when I first left my house. I don't think these live chats probably help too much, but I don't really care. I honestly just don't care. Um, yeah. But I left Michigan the last day of school. My car was already packed when I went to school. And the only reason I made it to the last day of school is because I had to make a deal with the school to give me 2 more days I could miss and not be kicked out of school because I missed so many days. And so I was stuck in school till the last day to graduate. And it was very important to me to graduate. But Steve had already moved to Louisiana and I had my car packed. And so I left that, like, 2:35, I believe we got out of school. I was gone on my way to Louisiana. And I never came back until I had that, like, serious, like, stroke in California, which was in 2002. So I was gone from 1993 to 2002. And in that time, she was replaced. She also went through a bunch of trauma and stuff. Hey, Carson. So, like, I keep on comparing that whole trauma thing to that's when the shapeshifters take them, kill them, donate their organs, and replace them. That's how it's going. So that happened to my friend Gina, too. I'm gonna... You want a reading, Carson? I'll change the subject. I don't think I have much more information on that. Do you, Jen? I don't know. It doesn't feel like it. Do you have any questions about that story, Jen? My detective? Carson, you want me to read for you? Ask me a question. I'll answer it. Can you pull cards on me, please? I'd love to, Jen. Let's give me a direction so I know what oracle deck to start with. I don't like starting with tarot. I feel like it can be misleading. It's too detailed. I could start with the crow cards. Those are always good ones to start with. You want to just start with the crow cards, Jen? You pretty much know my cards. Actually, I'm going to use these ones. The fairy cards. You want to ask a question or you just want me to go for it? We might be better if we ask a question because this is not looking good. The herb cards? Damn it, Jen. Those are at home. I miss those. Oh, I really miss those. You're making me miss my cards. I need someone to sweep back through my house and grab the rest of my cards. Like, just pull the whole drawer of cards out and then the whole stand of cards on my desk and bring that shit to me. You do know my cards, don't you, Jen? Oh, the one that's tarot. Yeah, well, I'll use that tarot deck once I get through these oracle cards. Let's see, there's 5. Let's do 6. We're coming in a time of balance now. On your case. Okay. Spirit's saying that you're working too hard on your case and not enough on healing your heart. And that you have good guidance. There's also a voodoo doll. And they're trying to keep you from leaving town. They're doing magic on you to keep you from leaving town. And then I get the Violet Angel, Breaking Dawn. So there's been some kind of break in the case. Now I can get some tarot. This card's really sticking out though. I am Callie. My 7th card, the card of transition. From death comes rebirth. Yeah, I do too. They're cute, aren't they? I really do. The only thing I don't like about these cards is the print's too small. I have to use glasses, but I have to use glasses anyway to see the screen. I can kind of, I don't know. My eyes just don't adjust the way they used to. It sucks. I flippin' hate it. Anyways, let's get some tarot from the X-rated deck. When I got this, it's called, what is it called? I can't remember what it's called now. It's like Badass Tarot or something like that. But it's got the best pictures of all the tarot decks. When I first got this tarot deck, I didn't use any other tarot deck for like 3 weeks. I was so stuck on it. New deck alert. Can't get off this one. Alright, so it looks like there's a tower coming to an inverted Queen of Swords. You have a movie about the lady who was the original creator, partner of the Big Eye Artist story. Never seen it. I love artist stories though. Oh, I love true stories too. I really hate actors. If it's true stories though, it makes it so much more interesting. I've seen a bunch of true stories about artists like Andy Warhol and what's the Friedrich? What was her name? She was married to that Carlos guy down in Mexico. Anyways, I've watched quite a few documentaries on artists, and it's called Degas. That was his name. She was married to Degas. She had a bunch of, she's the one that had like the unibrow. She has like a bunch of self-portraits with a unibrow, but she was married to Degas, who was this womanizing artist from Mexico. But he did a bunch of like, he did a bunch of political paintings, and he liked like the Communist Party and stuff. So it was really controversial. Hey Rosie, how are you doing? I love you. Thanks for coming back. Matilda, yes, thank you. Love you, Claudia. You're my girl. So anyways, my dad knew Degas, and had, this is a weird story coming up. I used to have a book that was signed by Degas, that was all of his paintings. And the story behind Degas that I heard from my mother was that he found out that, because he had all this artwork, and he found out that his family would have to pay taxes on it, and it was like millions of dollars. Frida, yes, thank you. Yeah, Frida Kahlo and Degas were married. She was like his fourth wife or something. I think he was like her third husband too. Like they both had, but she put up with the shit for a long time because he was like just a cool guy, but he was an asshole. Anyways, what was the point of that story? Oh yeah, my dad knew that guy, and so when Degas found out that his family was going to get taxed on all this artwork that he couldn't fucking sell, okay? He couldn't sell it. So it was worth this enormous amount of money, and he found out that, with inheritance tax, it was just going to be, they weren't going to be able to pay it. And so he got really mad, and he burned all of his paintings before he died. He burned all of his artwork that he had. I thought that was a cool story. But my dad knew him. That's weird. Something about the Communist Party. And I found a book my dad had on that same Communist Party. What was that? What's that Communist Party? That one leader from Italy. He was bad. I couldn't figure out why my dad had a book about his theology. Diego Rivera. Yes, thank you, Jen. That's what I'm talking about. Not Degas. Diego Rivera. Yes. Mussolini. Yeah, why did my dad have a book on Mussolini? And why was Diego Rivera into Mussolini? And how is that? What does that mean? I never read that book. I had heard of Mussolini, and I was just like, what? And I wouldn't read it because it just felt icky to me. The whole communist thing felt icky to me. So I didn't get it. I didn't get any of that. Something about that guy, though. There's something about him. To study his evil personality. Yeah, he was a very smart man. It was the only book in his, like, it's not like he had Adolf Hitler books and all this shit, but Mussolini was right up there with Adolf Hitler. Yeah. My dad was a detective too, which is so weird about the whole thing that his emblem for his business card was the Sundance. I don't know, Jen, if you've seen that painting I did on Facebook, but I did a painting of what I could remember of that. I tried to do it as close as I could because I don't have any of that stuff anymore. But he knew about the Sundance, which I'm learning is divine union. Divine unions is the Sundance. It'll make the sun dance, is what the Hopi Indian said. And then the portal appears. Contrast, I guess. Yeah, I've never been able to study evil. It repels me. It's really repulsive to me. And Jen, I cannot believe you did a dissertation on Diego Rivera. Like, I used to have a signed book from him. My dad knew him. I am so obsessed with artists in general. My favorite one, though, is, Oh, Monet, probably. That was what actually came to my mind. Spirit actually reminded me that Monet was my favorite. That is weird. Spirit's right. But this guy, what's his name? That did Starry Night. I don't know why it's escaping me now. He cut off his own ear and sent it to his cousin. That guy does cool paintings, but he's weird. Like, I read a book about him, and like, yeah. I love reading books about weird people because it makes me feel like so normal. I love that. I love that about weird people. I like anybody that can make me feel kind of normal. I saw that. I was just saying I saw that movie. I thought it was something else though. But yeah, I've seen that one with Selma Hayek. That's the one. That's actually, it was in that movie that I learned that Diego Rivera and Frida, whatever her name is, were married. That was like a big revelation for me that day. Because I think I watched it on Netflix. I was just looking for, like I said, I like documentaries. I like things that are real. I want to know about real shit. I don't really care about made up shit that much. So I watched all the documentaries I could find on artists on Netflix, and that was one of them. I used to have Netflix. When I was at my mom's house, they have Netflix. And it's funny, when I moved out of her house, which was in 2010, I ended up getting a room in an apartment with a college student because my family, I got in such a big fight with them, my brother and my mom, that I manifested a new place to live the next morning. But anyways, that's another story. That was right after I signed that paperwork too. They wanted me out of the house. Maybe I should talk about that. My brother came in. I was making my son something for dinner. I was in grad school, and I was making him waffles, frozen waffles. And my brother came in, and he's like, "You're giving your kid waffles for dinner?" He's like, "You're a shitty mom." And this is at a time where I didn't really have a good handle on my temper, I guess. And I lost it. I was like, fuck you, and you, and you, and you, ooh. So that's how that went. And I manifested. I got so upset in that argument. I called my brother a monster. That was the worst thing I said. I try really hard when I get upset. I guess I did temper that pretty well. But I got so upset by the way I was attacked that day that I was like hyperventilating. I had to rock myself for like 3 hours to get out of it. And I just like, I don't know if any of you've ever been there, but like, just like, please God, please fucking help me. And the next day I had it, like somebody at school that was in my class saw me, that I was like, my eyes are all puffy, and she's like, what's going on? I said, I need a place to live. She's like, I got an extra room. It was literally my first class the next day. I was like, thank you fucking God. That was bad. But that was right after I signed that stack of paperwork that was about, I said 30 pages. I'm imagining it was more like 40. Now, when I think about like stacks of paper. But that was right after that. Like literally like the next day. My brother just totally attacked me for being a shitty mom because I'm in grad school and I'm not making meals, like big meal, or I didn't that night. It wasn't even every night. Like, I used to cook for my kids back then. I don't now. He'd be right now. Shit. They don't eat it anyway. They can make themselves some flippin' chicken nuggets. But back then, I made meals, and I cooked and cleaned for that house when I lived there. I mean, I kept it spotless. And it was crazy because one day my brother totally went off on me because my hair was left in the shower drain. He's like, just because you clean the place doesn't mean you can trash it. That's fucking weird. But yeah, they pushed me right out of there. Something about that paper I signed. They didn't want me seeing any of the mail coming in around that time. This was in 2012. The year my grandpa died. Or did he die in 2013? He might have died right after that. Like right after. But they got me out of the house, and I never did go back there again. I ended up buying a house. It was kind of cool because I got a job right away after grad school, which is one of the reasons I went for PT, because I didn't want to get a degree in something that was going to be hard to get a job with. It was in huge demand. So I got a job right away, and the student loans don't go through until for 6 months. They don't show up on your credit report. So I bought a house right away. And yeah, my mom was nice enough to loan me the down payment. Well, she didn't loan it to me. She gave it to me. Let's not mince words. And she owed me the money anyway. So, hi. So let's talk about this case you got going. I'm sorry, I got off track, Jen. Breaking Dawn. So there's a break in the case. And you're about to see an ending to one thing and a new beginning to something else. So let's get into the tarot. He was sleeping with her sister. Yeah, he was a dick. That lady was strong. She was a badass. I loved her. When Frida was 4 years old, that's maybe why you mentioned the name Diaz. Oh, Jen, I love you. You can wrap your mind around my brain farts. I'm in love with you, Jen. Shit. All right. Let's talk about this court case. I swear to God, you make me fall in love with you every day. Yeah, you're my soul sister. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, you blow my mind. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You're about to get a message about your case, and it looks like a good one. When I was pulling on this before, I got Ten of Pentacles inverted. They stole your inheritance. Now I get Page of Wands, Ten of Pentacles upright. You're getting a message that you're getting your inheritance. I don't know if that's what this case is about, but one of your cases, that's what's happening. Okay, I'm lost now, Jen. I hope my Emperor is the same. The same as mine? I have a good one. I've got a really good one. He does say... Oh, he says he's in love with you? Your Emperor? You better say that. You better keep saying that. Okay, so you're getting a message, Jen. Damn it, my fucking glasses, I can't see. Okay. I don't want to go into the whole gay chat again. Like, I already explained myself on my stance on gays. Why do they want to come in here and be controversial? And gays aren't controversial anyway. They're just fucking people. We're all colorful people. What the fuck is wrong with people? I gotta calm down before I start trying to pull on your case. That kind of irritates me. That people are that dumb. You're gonna get me contacts? What kind of... Oh, that would be awesome. Baby, I would love that. You can't get eye contacts just for readers, though. Because don't you need bifocals? Like, because I can see far distances. Can you get contacts that, like, it's only when you look down to read? That that come in... That it comes into the lens? Yeah, it's been, like 40 years. Jen, probably need an eye checkup. We'll do that after we change my name. I don't know what I'm asking right now. Jen, what are we talking about? Your case. So you're getting a call about an inheritance. What else, universe? Yeah, the sun. Something's being illuminated about an inheritance through a phone call. Something that's been hidden. It's the sun and moon debacle. Again, it's like every flippin' reading I get the sun and the moon, or the moon then the sun. Same thing. Yeah, there is a severe imbalance of money. Okay, this is going back to the balances. Okay, let me think. Someone tried to move money again. Someone tried to move money. That's the truth. Ace of Swords. That's what I thought I was hearing. From one account to another. To hide it. To conceal it. But somebody saw it. What else? I don't know how these all got mixed up. Hold on. Being revealed. Bye, Claudia. I love you. Love you, girl. Thank you so much. See you soon. Come back and see me real soon. I love you. I hope I answered your question enough. You work on releasing that scumbag. We'll be here for you. You don't have to do it alone. We're here for you. So, we'll be in here complaining about people. Not complaining, we're revealing the truth over here. So come back in. We'll be here for you. We got 7 of Swords inverted. They weren't able to complete the transaction. They tried to steal it, but they couldn't. And that was revealed. Hold on. Yes, Jen. Jen, do you know an ophthalmologist? God, fucking glasses. Revealing the truth, tarot. I like the sound of that, boss. Should I rename my site? Oh, that's another thing I wanted to talk about to you, Jen. I tried starting TikTok, okay? Because TikTok is a lot of readers go on there, and they're like, YouTube is janky, and a lot of readers are having trouble getting paid, and so they're doing stuff like TikTok, and TikTok's got people in there that are messing with shit too, which is kind of why I haven't leaped onto it, but it keeps coming up, and so it's apparently something I'm supposed to do. Well, I already have the TikTok app on my phone because Lily has had TikTok, but they keep kicking her off because she's too young. I think you have to be 12 or something. I don't even know, but they were trying to accuse her of being 4 and she was like flipping 10. But anyways, whatever. But I don't know why I can't get her shit off of there. It's on my account. She makes all her stuff with my stuff, right? So anyways, so I decided, well, I'll just switch her account to mine because she's not using it anyway. And I changed the name of it, and I tried to upload a video, but the video won't upload. So now I'm thinking that's probably why she doesn't use it. They blocked her from uploading videos. Makes sense. So the channel I tried to start on TikTok is actually not started. I named it Scorpio Goddess, but I was thinking, I was talking to Vita, I probably should just do Gatekeeper Tarot 99 again. So that'll be better anyway. I just need to go on there I need to change my Google over to Gatekeeper or something. I don't know. But I'm working on that. I'm going to get TikTok going. Something else to do. But yeah, Revealing the Truth Tarot would be kind of a cool name. Truth be told. That's what I should call it. Truth be told. Hey, that's what we're doing. It's a group effort, you know. That's why I really wanted to do tarot, was just because other tarot readers helped me out so much with information I couldn't get. And then I was like, I felt like I owed them. I couldn't pay them. So I was like, I should just start doing readings. And I literally, when I first started, I went to all my tarot readers and left messages from my account so that they knew, you know, if they wanted to, they could check out my readings. And I think honestly, I think they all did. Because like Bella, she started, like, you know how I go off about flowers? Now Bella's always got flowers on her desk, and she talks about reptilians now, you know. And Ancient Emperor, I've texted him a few times or whatever. Just, you know, I'm just supportive to everybody. But, and on his channel, he's doing, like, he tells stories about his life now. Like, he's definitely heard. I can just tell that the readers have heard my stuff by how much their channels changed since I started my channel. Everybody's way more chill vibe. Like, everybody's way more themselves. Like, way more chill vibes. On every reader that I watch has changed completely into like a way, like they shed, it might have just been the level up that we all went through. Everybody shed a layer of their ego, because I think I definitely did too. But anyways, I don't know where I was going with that. Oh yeah, so that's why I started this channel and told them all I was doing it, because I felt like at least I can give you some information too. Sometimes it's just easier to get other people's information than your own. So you don't think I should do it though, Jen? Because I'm not like dying to do it. I know, but it's corrupt. I just saw 1144. It's corrupt, and so is YouTube. I mean, for every 2 subscribers I get, I lose 1. No joke. It's in the program. I probably have 3 times more subscribers than what it actually shows. Okay, I don't need it. I'm not gonna do it then. I know, that's why I cut down to one channel. Because ever since that one guy, I think you know who I'm talking about, Jen, that said he was an implant and he was going to be picking me up soon. Do you know who I'm talking about? I try to filter these messages. I don't even know if it was a legit message, but a lot of the stuff he said in it sounded so crazy. Like, you know who I'm talking about. He was talking about the viewers being vultures, and he didn't want to point me out to the vulture, the carcass to the vultures, and then he put in parentheses chosen one. Hey, Luke. Oh yeah, I live on here. What was I talking about? I just blanked out, Jen. What was I even talking about? That is weird. My mind just got zapped. Thank you. Thank you, Luke. But so when he said that, when he was just like, I wanted to message you now before there was more vultures, I don't know if you noticed, Jen, I pulled right back. I quit even putting hashtags on my videos. I quit doing any of my other channels. I was like, vultures, carcass, this isn't what I really want to do. So then I just pulled back and I thought, well, whoever's meant to hear me will find me. And I don't need to like really be all out there like that, because I'm not trying to get more harassers or more problems. And that's honestly what tarot readers get. They get harassed even worse than everybody else. Yeah, it's a crime. And like honestly, even Bella was saying on her channel, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, I was listening to one of her readings, and she was saying that these people that are harassing you online are like, they've literally gone, it's out of control. Like what they're doing is out of control. And I mean, I get that, and we're having fun with it, playing laser tag, shooting them off of here and shit. But what they're doing is not only illegal, but they have amplified it to like the 10th degree. It's unbelievable. Like that fucking tarot destroyer, it was like, seriously, I thought we were playing a fucking video game. Yeah, the love's growing. I started hashtagging my shit again. I just didn't, I'm just only doing one channel now, so I can keep a better track of the comments, cuz I was getting lost in comments. Yeah, she is. Avita's like Avita's one of our soul sisters for sure. Yeah. That was another thing I was going to say. I want to say this like kind of discreetly, but there's only you two in the room. Remember that one fake bae that showed up that confused me and made me think he was you, bae? Or, yeah, made me think. Yeah. Yeah, you got, I mean, it's two sides of the coin. But, anyways, I'm not going to say his name, Jen. But he was texting me. Left, what are you talking about? Oh, last night? Anyways, it's just us right now, I think. The tarot destroyer? Yeah. I block everything that seems negative. But did I block that one guy? No. I don't. I'm still trying to figure out who he is. But I'm starting to think he's an implant, trying to keep me away from my twin flame. Yeah, what's that about? And now there's 3. I thought you left, Luke. But anyways, so obviously there's more on here than they're showing. They just mess up the numbers here and there. You think he was a gang stalker. See, this is what I'm trying to say, is it's like, okay, first we're talking and I'm thinking, okay, this isn't my bae. And um and then and then he said, "I love you more than you know, Missy." And I was like, "What?" And then I said, "Bae?" And he started calling me Bae. And then I said something and I was like, "Oh, I seriously was like, "Oh, this is my bae." And then I said something about our past. Cuz I said, "Well, I don't know if I can talk to you." And he's like, you can say anything on here to me. You can say anything." And I was like, "Oh." And it was somebody else's account. So, oh yeah, maybe that was it. It was somebody else's account. So I was like, "Oh, maybe he's using somebody else's account." Because then he was like, so when I said something about the past, he was just like, he actually apologized. He said, "I'm so sorry for what happened." And and then he said something else that made me freak out. And I was like, "Are you coming for me or not?" And he was like, "I'm coming, baby. I promise. I'm coming." And now that like I'm thinking back on that, like, who was that? What was that? Like, how did that get confused for him? I see how it got confused for me, but how did he get confused? Yeah. And I'm saying I know I've been stolen from, so they can go the fuck away. My bae know he's been stolen from too. If anybody's listening, you can go the fuck away. He already knows. That guy. But he's got videos of himself on the on his channel. Have you checked his channel out, Jen? He must be paid by somebody. I don't even think I'm gonna post this live. I'm just gonna leave this one out. It's Ariel WXYZ. But just the more I think about it, the more I'm like, who is this guy? I mean, he seems really nice and like totally divine masculine, and he really sweet, and like he's an astrologer, like great. But how did he make me mistake? I mean, like, why was he talking about our past? I don't even know the guy. Like he knew me, and then started calling me bae and saying he was my bae and shit, and writing "I love you more than you know, Missy." Like, I'm like, I must know this guy. I don't know. And then I thought, well, I'm a fucking idiot. Then I'm like going, well, there's my discernment's off, and I'm kicking myself. Like, holy shit, how did you fucking mistake that? How? You know, he's like a Virgo too. Like all these things that like, it was like little hints that like, yep, it's me, it's me. And then so then after I realized it, like, because once he gave me his phone number, I called him, and I'm like, shit, who the fuck is this? Then I was like kicking myself, like shit. I was like actually mad at myself for that. That I let that trick happen. Even though I didn't at the time think he was trying to trick me. But then I talked to Avita about it, and she looked into it. Yeah. Yeah, numerology and astrology. And he's working on my birth chart right now, actually. He's making a video for me. He just sent me an email today saying that his last one got screwed up and he's making another one. But I told Avita about him too, and she looked at his site. And there's videos of like some weird random chick too. Like really, they're kind of strange videos, shorts. And she was saying about how sometimes people will take videos from other people's sites. Like that's probably not even Ariel. It's somebody that stole Ariel's videos and this other chick's videos, and they post them on this site, and then it's like an imposter site. And now they have my phone number. I'm such a fucking idiot. I don't know. To find out where I am. He's never asked me exactly where I am, though. So you don't think it was my probation officer? Oh, don't let him do my chart. I already gave him my information. That's already a done deal. I should, like I said, that was fucking stupid. But I thought it was my bae. But they knew, obviously they knew that exactly what to say to me to trick me into thinking that that was my bae. Tricking me into calling that phone number. But seeing as I knew it wasn't him right away, as soon as I heard his voice, that pretty much ended that connection. I don't really talk to him anymore. I mean, I still support him. Like, I'm trying to be a friend, but, like, I don't talk to him, really. I love music. I'll have to check that out. And Nico, music artist. I'll have to check it out. So yeah, I guess maybe they didn't get as far as they wanted to with that, but I'm seeing that is so weird. But that was the one thing that Avita said to me the other day was I think it was yesterday. She goes, "Are you sure that guy's real?" Oh my God. She goes, "Are you sure that guy's real?" And I was like, I don't know. Like, I've been questioning, like, how did this even become a mix-up? Because I was just like, I'm very careful about who I talk to. You know, I asked him specific questions, and he answered them specifically in a way that would make me think. Like, he knew who my twin flame was. He knew. He knew how to answer those questions and make me think. And then to say he's coming, I'm coming, baby. Like, what are you talking about? I don't even know you. What are you talking about? I was just thinking about that just now. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So then, cause I didn't realize it, like, at the time, like, all of those messages didn't pop up because all of those messages I thought were my bae. So it didn't pop up in my mind which ones were separate, which ones were actually from him. Until, like, now I'm going through these conversations going, he knew he was tricking me. But Avita said something about how she went on there and she noticed that he was like Arab or Indian, or, you know, he was like darker skinned, and that um, they use them a lot to do these fake pages. For some reason, they use them a lot. It's kind of like Nigerians are the ones that do like fake love shit. I guess, you know, people in the Middle East do these fake things to try to fuck with twin flames. Or they I don't know how they get their videos. Because Ariel's videos are not, I mean, he seems like a very sweet person. I don't think he is the person that tricked me. Yeah, you're right. Lesson learned. I definitely learned something there. I've learned about the Nigerians too, by the way, the hard way. That's how I feel, Luke, too. It's like everybody's trying to pry into my life and spy on me. It's like, what? I don't have anything to hide. And, you know, until now, I haven't had anything to hide. Like, what do you want? How, my life's an open book. Shit, I posted my life story online. You can just go fucking catch up. Catch up. Well, I don't know why I'm pulling cards. I don't even know what I'm pulling cards on. You need a reading, Luke? I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick, you guys. I'll be right back. Mm-hmm. That's how we progress. That's right, Luke. Yeah, I'm 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 with you, Chen. I've gone from like blah, I'll just like put all my shit out there to like I'm going hermit mode, full style. Let's talk about Luke's career. What card should I use? Oh, yeah, you're talking about cooking. I think that's a great idea. That's creative. You can make money doing it. If you like doing it, I think that would be perfect. Let's see what Spirit says. The World card. It would complete some kind of cycle for you. That's like, yes, yes, yes. You should definitely do that. Yeah, do what you love. That's just definitely what you should do. And what the cards are saying so far with the World is that is a completion to a cycle. It'll bring in some much needed change, and it will also bring your spiritual reality, touch it down into your 3D reality. It marries the heaven and earth, you cooking. It'll help you with your ascension. Wheel of Fortune, it's your fate, it's your destiny to cook. And it's good luck. Wheel of Fortune upright is good luck. This change would bring in a lot of luck. In magic, you are a manifester. This is what you're manifesting anyway, is what Spirit's saying. This is what you've been working on. Maybe not physically, but your spirit, this is what your spirit's been manifesting for you, what you love. And what you love is to cook. And the Judgment card is telling me that you have made the judgment to manifest cooking in your life because it brings you great pleasure. You're a wounded warrior. You're still standing. You can do whatever you want to do, whatever you put your mind to. It looks to me like something's going to come in quickly with the Eight of Wands card here, but it also looks to me like it could have something to do with online. And here's where I come in. Luke, you should start a channel. Start a cooking channel. You know, show your passion, your love for cooking on YouTube. Then you can live wherever you want to, cook wherever you want to. You don't have to work for somebody else. You don't have to work in a sweaty kitchen. Yeah. Yeah, when you do your online stuff, you can be with your kids all the time. That's another great thing I love about it, is I could have my kids at any time. I was always home. Not that I was making money at it, but if I was making money at it, that would have been really ideal. It would have been ideal. But I wasn't doing anything else anyway. And not only that, but you have to cook yourself dinner, and you have to cook your kids dinner anyway. Film it. Explain what you're doing. And post it. And then, well, you said you're already doing that, but something like that. You have online classes. That way you don't have to worry about, like, you know, there's a lot of things to think about starting your own business to be a chef. You know, I've thought about it because I've thought about, like, maybe, like, making edibles because I was growing for a while there. But to you know, to be able to make stuff for people, you have to have like a state approved kitchen and all that shit. You know, it would just take a lot of prep. But to just do online, like in shorts, that's another thing. I don't know if you've caught that yet, Luke, is to do shorts to get your channel really pumping. You have to do shorts videos. Okay, Luke, we're going through this right now. You have to cut her off. You have to tell her no. No, 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 no. She's draining your energy. She's probably not going to make it to the other side with us. Or if she does, she's going to be in a healing camp, okay? Like, you can't let her drag on your energy, because right now we're moving on. So you got to cut her off. That'll help your business. Yeah. Yeah, we all know. It's easier said than done. I know. We got big hearts. It's hard. They know how to get to us. But when you make up your mind to cut them off, like, I'm done, I just don't have time for you. I'm busy. I'm busy. It's none of your business. That's none of my business. I'm busy. It's not my time with the kids. It's your time with the kids. That should be about all you say to her. And that'll, like, cut that shit off. She's probably trying to poison you and shit, too, anyway. The less contact you have with her, the better. Yeah, constant practice in breaking the habit. You're doing it. You're doing it, Luke. You're doing it. But you know, another thing about working on your own business is you can prioritize that. You don't have to feel selfish, like you're prioritizing yourself and you're cutting others off. No, you're prioritizing your business and your kids' future. And honestly, what you're really prioritizing is the future of Earth. You know, that's got to come before some low-class bitch. You know what I'm saying? We're working on saving the world here. It's really important that you detach from any darkness. It's really hard. I still, like, the minute I think I've gotten detached from all the darkness, I find more shit that's pocketed up in there. It's like, what the fuck? I'd pay $10 for a home cooked meal. And the world is feeling our growth. It's almost like our growth is kicking them out of the nest. There's no room for them in the nest anymore. But another idea would be to do edibles. If you could make some good edibles, I don't know where you're at, if weed's legal there. But if it is legal, people who grow weed never use their trim. Like all their leaves and stuff, they just get rid of it. Well, some of them make butter with it or whatever, but like that stuff, you can buy a pound of it for $5 if you know people who grow. And then you can use that to make edibles, and then you can sell each edible for $10. You know, sell a Rice Krispie treat for $10. That's a good business. You can sell those at Grateful Dead shows. Just saying. You know what else goes really good at Grateful Dead shows? Meat. It was Mark's thing. We would bring in barbecued pork sandwiches. We'd like cook it up in the parking lot. We'd sell barbecued pork sandwiches and papers, because everybody would always forget their papers or run out of papers, and nobody on lot sold meat. Everybody sold veggie burritos and shit. So you cook up some meat on dead lot, we'd sell out within an hour. We'd bring like a huge bucket of this shit. Mark would always come prepared. He liked to work the shows. We'd do nitrous tanks too. We used to always bring a nitrous tank. That was fucking gold. Fucking gold. As a matter of fact, I wish I knew a good doctor that could give me a script for fucking nitrous. I love that stuff. I've been talking a while. I thought I should catch up. All right, so do we have another question, or are we still talking about cooking? Is there anything else about cooking, Spirit? No. Except for that this inverted Queen of Wands is trying to stop you. Gold. That's funny. That reminds me because Mark had a doctor. Mark had the coolest doctor. Okay, I'm not gonna say his name. Great guy. He would take his this is good stories. He would take his son to punk concerts, and he was actually a deadhead too. His doctor was, and but his doctor, he'd come to his doctor's appointments. His doctor would have like a black eye from the mosh pit at the punk show the night before. She is a fire sign. Yeah, she just came up. Yeah. Um, I'll get there in a minute. So, anyways, so this doctor would give. Well, first, Michigan Air Gas used to just give you, if you had a tank, they'd fill it if you paid for it. And then they started making you have prescriptions. And this doctor got basically mark anything he wanted as long as he wasn't drinking, because he had Hep C and he didn't want him drinking. It was the worst thing you could do. So he would help him out with anything else. And and so Mark got his doctor to start giving him prescriptions for medical grade nitrous. And he told him it was because he sold frozen treats at Grateful Dead shows. And he used the nitrous for the whipped cream. And he got his doctor to write scripts for that for years. And then he would only do 20 pounds at a time, though. He wouldn't fill the 60-pound tank, but whatever. And that was fun. And then his doctor decided to move up to the UP and start a pediatric pet practice. And Mark's like, that's all right, I'll drive to the UP. And his doctor's like, no, I don't take any patients under 18 or over 18. I don't know. He probably moved to the UP just to get away from Mark. Fucking funny shit. Anyways, I love that guy. I was just about to say his name too. I love that doctor, but I'm not gonna. Yeah. Okay. So about the inverted Queen of Wands, your ex. Is she a lawyer? But basically she's trying to steal your fate. And I never quite get this whole deal too, how people think they can steal your fate, but that's what she's trying to do. You are meant to be very affluent and abundant, and somehow when she calls you for these favors, when she crosses your boundaries, we'll put it, she's able to steal your energy, the energy that you should be using to create. And she's using magic to do this. She's using magic. Okay. On the Earth Angel is what this is saying. The Queen of Wands is, inverted Queen of Wands is doing magic on. So she's not a lawyer. She's a barista. Okay, maybe she has a corrupt lawyer that she's working with. But either way, it's just this deck calls it calls the Queen of Wands the public defender. That's the only reason that came up. It could be completely unrelated. But regardless, she's using you as her therapist, it's saying here. And somehow her using you as her therapist is a black magic spell. Yeah, you're protected. You're definitely protected. But it's good to know where your energy drains are coming from, so you can plug up the hole. Because really, that energy is creative energy. It stops you from creating. You probably don't even notice. It stops you, though. You get tired. You get less confident. You don't feel confident. When your boundaries get crossed, when you allow your boundaries to be crossed, you lose your confidence. And you need confidence to do anything, like on video or whatever. I mean, to even feel like getting on there and doing anything. You're going to need your soul or plexus, your chakra, to be in good shape. And that's what she's attacking. Hey, Crystal, good to see you. And then at the bottom of the deck, I've got this Knight of Swords who's hacking into your computer. But what's new? I mean, all our shit's hacked. Let's face it. Yeah, she's trying to keep you from progressing forward. She doesn't want to see you affluent. She doesn't want to see you doing better than her. And as a barista, you're not going to be able to do much of anything for yourself. But be a barista or less. Maybe McDonald's. That's the magic she's doing on you. And that's what she's draining your energy of, your creative energy, by turning you into her damn therapist. Her savior. Cut off her and you cut off all strife. She's competing with you. She wants to be you, which I find weird. Like, why would a chick want to be a man? Yes, our thoughts are hacked. Thank you. It's a part of the program. That's why I thought, I was talking to Evita about this today. I think like I forgot everything, but it's not. I didn't forget anything. It's literally, there's a program that they've placed in my head to block certain parts. They can't erase the memories. They can only block them. But they're definitely in there blocking shit. Sometimes when I'm talking to you guys, it's just, nope, we're not talking about that. And I don't even have a clue what I was saying. They're definitely able to get in my head. And I've had them in my head many times. I've caught people in my head, like by, you know, eye to eye. You know, I look people in my eye that I caught in my head. Oh, okay. Avita might go live with me tomorrow. I guess we can go live together. So we were thinking about Avita and I going on live together and doing a reading that way. AI does that? Can get in your head? Jericho, wait a second. No. Here's, oh my God. What is that saying right there? That's what my grandpa called himself. My grandpa Cole called himself Jericho. His name was Jerry Cole. But he was an artist too, and he signed all of his paintings Jericho. Jericho. What's that about? Yeah, that's what's cool. Like when you go on live, it says you can invite other people onto your live. So I could bring any of you all up on my live and it would just split my camera. It would split the picture. So she said tomorrow at 2:30 she could do it. And so you'll just be looking at me and Avita at the same time. We can both talk. It'll be the same as this, but it'll just be a split screen. And I could invite as many people as I wanted that wanted to come on and be on camera. And I've actually been thinking about that too. Oh, I know. I know. The power of eye contact. Being able to look people in the eye is a superpower. You can figure everything out. I know. He referenced that, but what does Jericho even mean? Why is that my... I don't know. I'll figure it out. But there's just another thing into the layer I'm getting into. Something about my grandpa. My step-grandfather, the one who died and left me money and my family stole. He was also an artist. He was a lawyer. He was also a pilot in World War II. He was half Irish, half Polish. And he went by Jericho. Is that what's going on? It's biblical? I'm going to have to Google this stuff. Yeah, Grandpa's spirit is here. Thanks, Jen. So I'm not wrong about him. he wouldn't just cut me out like that. I know he left me money. I know he fucking did. That is so cool, Luke. See, that's how, well, one of the reasons I know you're an earth angel like us. You're one of us. Yeah, he loves me. He fucking loves me. He always has. So there's that. What was I talking about, though? I forgot. Yeah, this reading is just saying that that chick is treating you like, yeah, thank you, Luke, is treating you like a therapist because you're an earth angel. You're a high vibing earth angel. Your energy is gold to people, but it's also gold to you. And the reason why I feel like you're struggling career-wise is because you're giving all your gold away to a shape-shifting, slithering reptilian. So quit pouring your love into a black hole because the Jedi Force needs you. And we need all the energy we can get on board. And not only that, but you need it too. You need to get your business together. Use your own energy for your own projects. And get this weird, competitive, jealous ex-lover. Like, weird. Why isn't she jealous of some chick that she wants to be like? Why does she want to be like her ex-man? Like, that's weird. Reptilians are weird. They're hard to hard for me to figure out. They're like the opposite of me. Reptilians are. Anyways, the only thing I can relate to with reptilians is I used to be a lush. I used to always want to be fucked up. But none of the rest of it. In sex, I am a sex fiend if I have a partner. But I'm not if I don't. So I kind of don't even relate to that part of it. And I never have more than one partner. Ew. I stress less, but so hard to remove it all. Yeah, it is. It is. I think God has blessed me with having to hide out in a hole, and not be able to answer my phone or even go on Facebook because it's really cut off a lot of energy drains from my life. Honestly, if I just see them like calling my phone, it zaps me for energy. Like, that's why I just want a different phone. For that reason alone. Different phone number, different phone. I don't even want their numbers in my phone. Surprised I haven't gone through and deleted them all yet. But it's usually just so I want to be able to know when they're calling so I don't answer by accident. Yeah. You know the best way? I feel like I've studied like all kinds of philosophy my whole life. You know, I even took like my my extra, what do they call them? College credits. I forget what they're called. The extra classes you have to take. I took like philosophy classes and stuff, theology, and I just love that stuff. But one thing that I've noticed as I've gotten older is that they complicate everything. It's so overcomplicated. They make it so complicated. Luke, you should look at Project Ascension with Beth Hartwick. I swear to God, I broke down purifying your soul down into shorts. Like just real simple. It's so simple. The main thing is you just cry. You got to cry it out. You have to sit. You got to give yourself some time to sit and cry and eat chocolate. You know? Yeah, electives, but you know they're required electives. You have to get so many credits of required electives, and then they give you like a list of like 10 classes. That's why I took Native American history. In that class, the only thing we did in that class was read this book called Ishi. Well, we read a couple books, but Ishi was a cross-dressing Indian from Northern California, and and it was the last Indian. It was actually a sad story. Ishi ended up becoming a professor at Berkeley University for like 20 years at the end of his life. But he was the last Indian because this was back in, I think, the late 20s or the early 30s. I don't know. Actually, I'm not going to put a time on it because it could have been much later. I don't do dates that well. But white settlers still hadn't. I mean, it was late. I don't know, it just seemed like it was late in history to me to have all this happen. They went in and just slaughtered. As a matter of fact, when you go to Northern California, it's such a beautiful woods, but I can barely stand to be there because you can just feel the Indian slaughter that happened there. It was pure torture and trauma. Somehow Ishi survived it. Every single Indian from his tribe, I think it's the Kodiak Indians, if I recall. Anyways, every single Indian in his tribe was slaughtered except for him. And they kept him. He was a shaman, and I guess cross dressers were shamans in Indian culture. Like, often the shamans they were androgynous. They didn't really have, like, a sex. And, anyways, so they saved Ishi as a specimen. They wanted to save one specimen from these Indians that they slaughtered, and they took him to Berkeley to be studied. And he learned English and whatever, got an education, and ended up being a professor, probably on Native American history or some shit. I don't really remember. It was so long ago. This was like 10 years ago I read this book, but anyways, that was one of the required elective courses. I could have taken that or Black History, but all through all the way until I graduated from high school, we did Black History. Everything was Black History, so I was like, I'd rather learn something I don't know. So I took that class and learned about Ishi, the last Indian of Northern America. He just died not that long ago, like back in the late 70s. I stayed in Berkeley for a while when I was homeless. We crossed the bridge. It's like right by Oakland. Went and hung out in the college town, the park in Berkeley. Swing bags in the park in Berkeley. I didn't know about Ishi yet, though, or I would have looked him up. All right. You want a reading, Crystal? Oh, I got to see what Luke said. I missed a whole paragraph there. Yeah, it's those triggers that are helping you release. You got to, like, every time you get triggered, just go with it. Just cry real quick. I'll cry right in the middle of public. I don't care. It's such a blessing to be able to cry and have something give you that trigger. And you're so welcome. That those triggers are like huge blessings to get that darkness out, cry it out. And it doesn't even matter if you know where it's coming from. All you have to do is say, it's okay, Luke, I won't let that happen to you again. You didn't deserve to feel that bad. Like, you didn't deserve to be treated that way. Or, usually those triggers are telling you about something that happened in your past that you buried because you were trying to be a tough guy. You're just trying to be tough and keep going for the sake of just keeping on. And so, but yeah, I think even if you don't know what it's from, just crying is, every time I cry, I like, I elevate. I get more superpowers, and it's gotten to the point where I've noticed this pattern so much so that now when I hit, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm hit, like vapor locked, like major black magic. I just sit there and I just tell myself, oh, you're gonna be like 10 times stronger when this is over. And it actually makes me feel better. I'm like, okay, this is just this, what do they call that when they temper steel to strengthen it? This is just the forging. I'm just being forged by fire. I'm being strengthening, and I'm gonna be Superman. Superman? Yeah, it is beautiful. You cried too, Crystal. Yeah, it's good for you. I've always been a crier, honestly, just because I've always been so sensitive. Like, shit hurts my feelings. So, I cry a lot. Shit doesn't hurt my feelings as much anymore because, um, not that I'm not sensitive, but I've just cried all those tears out. I just don't care about that stuff anymore. There's only so much you can cry about stuff. Jen, you're gonna have to write this stuff down, these songs down, and get me back. I gotta find my pad of paper. I hate not having a pad of paper when I'm talking to you guys, because then yeah. Hey, Crystal, will you guys give me a minute? Let me go have a cigarette and come back. Will you come back? Oh, here's another thing I wanted to tell you. You're so hard, you offend. I know, I'm the same way. It's like, sorry, I don't feel bad about triggering people, making them cry. I'm like, well, you need to cry it out. Yep, that's just life. Like, that's just it. Deal with it. People think I'm a little insensitive, but I'm the most sensitive one in the room, which is weird. Ironic. But, oh yeah, I wanted to tell you guys another thing that happened that was really weird. Ever since I had my first download about the end of the world, I've been getting emails from the FBI trying to recruit me. I've gotten half a dozen of them. Why does the FBI think I would be perfect for them? Anyone? I find it suspicious. Not that I don't need a job, but I find it suspicious. Cool, thank you. I got it the first time was about 2 months before I met Kalo. I met Kalo last June. So it would have been 2 months before last June. So May of last year is probably pretty damn close to the first one I noticed. And I've gotten several since then. And I'm not sure, like, it's straight up, like, what the hell? How did they even get... Here's one thing, to apply for unemployment, I had to go to Michigan Works, and I had to go into their, what is their jobs? God, I'm trying to remember. It's a job site. They make you get into this job site, upload your resume to be able to get unemployment, okay? And it was after I did that. Maybe it was sooner than that, but it's just, I kind of correlated that job site that I did through the state of Michigan to this FBI. I don't know if it came through that site But somehow I correlated those two jobs, careers. Oh God, I'll have to look in my emails because they send me emails all the time. But I think it came from the state. I had that happen too. One time remember I was telling you about that in Garberville. When I was leaving Garberville, I was headed from Garberville to Reno. And I used to do business in between those two places. And I was leaving Garberville, the feds were in town. I was freaking out. And I literally had 7 cars pass me quickly, all white Suburbans, all with DEA written on their fucking license plate. Listen, I wasn't high. This was fucking weird. And I had a fucking witness that was seeing the same shit. They passed me one by one, all like, they were like white Ford Tauruses or some shit, brand new. All had like 3 numbers and then DEA. And then this Black Hawk jet, or helicopter, flew right over the top of my car, probably only 30 feet from my car. It came down really low. I was like, whoa. And it zapped my third eye. And it felt like it sucked something out of my third eye. And it was like a laser. And I don't know if it was green. I don't remember the color of it. I was seeing red. I thought it was like a red laser. But I know for sure they shine. And then I said something to my boyfriend that was with me, and he's like, they did it to me too. Well, I meant like, I wasn't on like hallucinogens to where I'd be hallucinating. I'm always on weed, but that doesn't make me hallucinate. I meant like speed because I was leaving a Tweakerville. Garberville's Tweakerville. Everybody's tweaking there. You go to the flippin', it's weird. It's like Children of the Corn. You go to the gas station there at 7 in the morning, and the place is packed with a bunch of tweakers buying beer and shit. Yeah, I don't even know that I've ever hallucinated that much when I was high either, honestly, Luke. That's actually a pretty good point. Because the things that I've seen when I was high were real as shit. It's almost like I just lifted a veil. Kind of like what we're doing right now. That's what you could do from taking acid or mushrooms. Or even speed would do that. It like lifts a veil. It just sucks that it's like it's so hard on your body and your brain. It's like not really the way to go. It's almost Atlantean shit. Yeah, it's just too hard on your body. You can't even. That stuff in particular is so toxic. I mean, you just smell it. Shit, just feel that burn. Oh my God. You probably didn't snort it though. No one's that stupid. Probably smoked it. Yeah. I tried it when I was in Garberville, and I had a stint with it. It lasted about 3 weeks or something. I did it probably every other day for 3 weeks, or maybe every day, and then but it was just weird. It was kind of just because somebody that I really knew well was getting rid of it. And then he ended up going to rehab, and then that was the end of that. Like, it was just like, okay. It's not like something I was going to go search out. It was just kind of there for a minute. But it did, every time I played Lotto on it, I won. It's weird. It, like, raised my vibration in a weird way. Like, I couldn't lose on Lotto. It made me really happy. I was always in a great mood on it. Yeah, there were lots of good things about it. It's just so toxic. Hey Parsa, how's it going? All right, so back to, was I doing a reading for you, Jen, or Crystal? I think Crystal. Yeah, Crystal needs a reading. All right. You know what though? When we get to the new world, you're gonna get all new teeth anyway, so you're gonna have real teeth again. I already heard that in a reading before. Everybody who needs teeth is getting teeth. So don't worry about that. We're almost to the end. And like you said, at least you got something to chew with. I don't know what's up with my teeth. I have superhero teeth. As a matter of fact, usually I've been to jail a few times, and the girls are always like, they always like stay really far away from me. They think I'm a snitch at first until I start talking. Usually I'll stay away from them. If I'm there only a short time, I just don't talk to anybody. But if I'm there for a couple weeks, I'll start talking to people, and they're like, "Oh my God, we thought you were a snitch." And I'm like, "Why?" They're like, "We had no idea you've ever done drugs." I was like, "Why?" They're like, "Your teeth are too perfect." They see my teeth when I go to jail, and they're like, "Snitch. She's a snitch." It was funny. My probation officer was doing a interview of me, trying to figure out about me and like my drug problems. I was like, "No, I don't have a drug problem." I was like, "You see these teeth? Obviously, I've never had a major drug problem." I just got lucky though, honestly. I guess I never kept any drug problem for very long though. God straightens me out so fucking fast, it's not funny. I can't do wrong for long. Can't do wrong for long. I've never heard of a blinker. Mushrooms are definitely safe. I would start small dosages though. Like I would start with like a half gram on mushrooms if you've never done them. But yeah, they really help you actually. A 10-second rip? I don't know. I don't really want to talk about drugs though. It's like that's so like old. That's so history. I was talking about like 30 years ago just now. Okay, so I'm doing a reading for Crystal. What are we talking about, Crystal? Ask me a question so I can focus. Oh wait, it was Crystal that didn't feel well? I'm getting confused over here. I thought it was fucking... Never mind. I don't know what's going on. Just a general reading? Okay. You can't remember? Oh, you have a cold. I don't know why. I just mixed you up with somebody else having a cold. Or maybe I didn't. I don't even remember. I hope you're feeling better, though. I blame it on the... I blame it on the program. Otherwise, I would remember things perfectly. Okay. Anything about your dad? Got it. All right, Spirit, what about Crystal's dad? He's haunting you? Well, he's either... Either he's haunting you now and you know about it, or he's trying to haunt you and you don't know. But he's there. All right, what else? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Parsa. Very sorry. Visits. He's So you want me to tell you what he's trying to say, maybe? He's saying be yourself. Or spirit is. Tempting offer at a high price, inverted. I don't know. I gotta clarify this shit. I don't know what's going on. Oh, this is deep, Crystal. Do you want to get into this? This is kind of deep. Was your dad a shapeshifter? Eh. I don't know if I want to do this reading. I don't know what it's trying to tell me. I'm just going to tell you the cards I got. I'll just tell you the cards I got. So we have ghost people, then be yourself, then inverted, a tempting offer at a high price. So some offer was given to somebody and they didn't take it. Then I get glamour, intrigue, and drama. So there's some kind of deal that was offered to glamorize something, to change something, to make something other than what it was. And this was done for your personal growth. And so that you could find calm in the chaos. Now that makes no sense to me, Crystal. So I'll pull some tarot on it, but if you want to reel me in, that would be helpful. Because I have no clue. It kind of looked like, to me, like maybe there was an imposter in there. But it looks to me like somebody was offered. I don't know. I'm just going to shut up. What the hell's going on, Spirit? Yeah, some kind of... Was your dad killed? Is that what this is about? Yeah, but black magic can kill people with cancer. I've seen it happen to 2 people I'm positive were killed with black magic that died of cancer. And both times, I don't know if this might be significant to you, but both times the cancer was extremely rare. It was a cancer that nobody gets. I know 2 people that were very close in my circle that died from very weird cancers. Yeah. This is just going to sound really weird, Crystal. But I feel like your dad was offered to try to destroy you. But since he refused to do work against you, he was killed with black magic. That's what this is saying. They needed somebody that you loved to do whatever job they were trying to complete. It had something to do with a fraudulent contract. And Two of Wands. This was planned out. Either he was going to turn on you, he was too strong. He was too strong to make him turn. Either he was going to turn on you or he was done. That's what I just heard. So that you could grow, I don't know. This is weird. Let me pull some more cards. God, what's this? Inverted Lovers, the Two of Wands. They were trying to prevent you from completing your mission as an Earth Angel. This is part of the reptilian agenda. My grandpa got taken out that way too. So did he got shoot, I can never. It's some doctor here might remember the name of it. Amyotrophic leukemia. Anyways, it's childhood leukemia. And my grandpa got it at 85. Right after he broke his femur playing volleyball. He was in a volleyball league at 85. And he broke his leg. And then he got this weird childhood leukemia. And then my stepdad, who was not an earth angel, that was my earth angel grandpa. My stepdad, who was not an earth angel, but was directly connected to my mother, who's been trying to kill me and everyone around me. He died of something. I'm going to need a doctor to help me with this too. Something sarcoma. So it was cancer of the connective tissue, which is extremely rare too. Usually cancer will get certain organs or skin or, epithelial cells is a big one for cancer in the lungs and on the skin. And lungs cancer is a big one. Skin cancer is a big one. Liver cancer is a big one. Even pancreatic cancer is pretty popular. Leukemia is fairly popular. Hodgkin's. But cancer of the connective tissue, you don't hear about that. Childhood leukemia in an 85-year-old man, you just don't hear about that. So So it's black magic. And what the reptilian agenda does is they try to get humans who are unhealed, who have dark spaces in their vessel that can be inhabited by demons. So what they'll do is they'll try to get humans to do their dirty work. But if a human is filled with light, like your dad might have been an earth angel, like my grandpa was, and like my friend Mark that was killed was, and like my friend Steve that was killed was. Both of mysterious diseases, too, by the way. Mark was very mysterious, and so was Steve. Not cancer, but not normal. Mark had pulmonary hypertension. It was like, what the hell? He rode his bike every day. It's like, I don't even know where that came into the play. Like, he had liver issues. He was supposed to die of fucking liver failure. He started drinking again. How did he get... He was only drinking like a couple beers a day, though. It's at the very end. And then all of a sudden, he blows up like a fucking balloon. He's like... He's got pulmonary hypertension. And then he dies from that. Nobody that's loved me has survived. Nobody. Except for my bae. Everyone else is gone. The only reason my bae's not gone is because he's immortal too. You either what, White Light? You're alright, RK. We're all chill here, as long as you don't act stupid. You're welcome, Crystal. I hope that helps. I mean, it probably does help a lot. I would think. That was weird. I just like, I can... Oh, that's right, I have my glasses on. I was gonna say, that was weird. I could see all of a sudden. Oh yeah, it's because I have glasses. Jen, I need an ophthalmologist. Yeah. I know. If I would have just known that 25 years ago. I don't know if I would have been happy 25 years as a virgin, though. I don't know if I would have made it that long. Spirit probably know I would. It would have been fucking too miserable and just hid it from me. So I could go through a million fucking karmic relationships. Because I don't stick with karmics long. But I never had a problem finding a new boyfriend. It never took me long. It's fucking ridiculous, really. Anyways. I'm not mad at you, but I honestly don't give a shit what you have to say. I'm immortal. I don't have to worry about vaping. Shit, I could be shooting up fucking heroin right now. Still wouldn't die. It'd just lower my vibration. But vaping doesn't lower my vibration. So I'm not gonna worry about it. It's the end of the fucking world, for fuck's sake. That's okay, Jen. Do with the chosen ones. I don't get it. And what was that Palestine and Israel thing? What's that? See, now that keeps on coming up too. Why is Palestine and Israel up in this chosen shit? I don't know what's going on there. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm very curious. I like to get to the bottom of everything. Everything that doesn't make sense, I want to know what the hell. So what the hell does Palestine and Israel? What does that have to do with anything? Can anyone tell me? I don't watch the news. Maybe it's the news. I don't know. I just blocked them out. I don't care. I don't watch the news for a reason, I guess. Is anyone going to tell me something? I pushed send too early. Read the statements above. Thanks, Jen. I love you so much. You're the best. You are the best right-hand man in the world. You're the chosen ones. I don't know. I'm still lost. It's just a distraction. I know, that's why I'm just deleting them. It's like, there's no even reason to talk to them, because it's just wasting my time and energy. My precious nut eating space. I like to eat nuts. I have a hole in my lip. All right, what are we doing now, folks? Are we still talking about... What are we talking about? Anyone want a reading? But that one guy I was talking about earlier, I'm not going to mention it again exactly, but he was possibly from that area, is what I was thinking. If anybody can catch my drift there. I was just wondering if that's something. I mean, I don't know. Do you, Jen? All right. What do you want to talk about, Jen? Oh, nice. I love coconut too. I don't know. I love that shit. It's so good. I can't wait until I'm on a deserted beach somewhere eating fucking coconuts. There's actually a Widespread Panic song. I think it's called Coconuts. You do? What do you mean? You get married? White light? Family personalities. Shapes. Shapers. You're gonna have to... Oh, that's what you want to talk about. Got you. Okay, let's talk about Jen's family. The shapeshifters. You get the dried flower fairy. Kind of like you have good memories of this family, but they're dried up. There's There's no life there anymore. And then we have 3 witches. What comes around goes around. They're flipped upside down. So it looks like the witches, the 3 people in your life that are doing black magic, are being turned on their head. That's good. And we got Poe. Time for change. To learn something new. To use technology and gadgets with wisdom. They are getting busted for doing some shit on the internet, it looks like. Oh, okay. Oh, you do. Okay, I'll do you after Jen, okay, White Light? Pink Lotus Fairy, A Time for Spirit. They're being completely disconnected from spirit world. The powers that they were using are not going to work anymore. Because, and I've been talking about this too, and so have other readers. This is what's happening to these magicians, or wannabe witches, or whatever the hell. These shapeshifters have been connected to the ethers in a way that we were not. They knew they could tap into universal knowledge, which is something that we're starting to do now. They knew everything, basically. From the 5D down, at least. They probably, they knew everything. We didn't know. And so that's what took us so long to get our power back. But some of us saw what was going on. And the fact that these people were using magic to attack us. And some people decided to figure out how to defeat the black magic altogether. Hi, King. And all right, Crystal. Anyways, some people, some starseeds, decided to fight the black magic. And in doing so, they did it in one fell swoop. It wasn't attack by attack. It was one fell swoop. And what's happened now is somehow, I don't even get all the scientifics behind magic and shit. I just don't. But I do realize that when you don't use your power to protect people doing black magic on you, which is pretty much everybody, let's face it. It's weird. I was the only one not doing magic. It's just really weird to find that out, but okay. Why am I not using magic to fight them? So, something about, you did that too? Something about the, I'm just not going to read that for a minute. Sorry, you guys, if they get out of control. I just can't do both. Something about the, ritual performed. Took a minute. Took a long minute. It took exactly 6 months. It blinded them from the spirit world. So now they can't see what's going on. They can't connect with the ethers anymore. They don't have that universal knowledge anymore. They're literally walking around with the same knowledge they had when things were cut, and they can't reach out anymore. And they can't use the demons anymore. The demons aren't working for them anymore. So they're cut off from all spirits that used to be helping. I mean, they needed demons to do this magic. Demons were the vessels for this doom and gloom. They attach them to you. So anyways, the demons won't talk to him anymore. And they're completely cut off from God, which is basically what I'm hearing is they're in hell right now. They haven't gotten to the lowest depths of hell, but they've already been, it's this moment in time before you go to hell where God stands before you and he meets you. And he basically says goodbye. And that he's sorry that he can't be with you anymore. He wishes you had turned around. And then God walks away. And then you start to fall into the pits of hell. Well, the way I'm seeing this right now is they're at that moment where they're standing in front of God. And God is like, you can't stay here anymore. I didn't want to have to do this, but you leave me with no choice. Mm-hmm. I love knowing what you're doing. So anyways, they're cut off from God. God has told them they're done. Judgment Day. Yeah. They got cut off from their demons that they were using. They got cut off from God. All the love has been dried up out of them. They're like sad, dried flowers. They're the remnants of what could have been very beautiful. Could have grown into something very beautiful. But it's gone now. Yeah. I know. I think I've been breaking generational curses too. See, I have allies in the dark, I think, because of my lineage for sure. But even in this lifetime, I've made contact with the demons and made them my allies. I still haven't posted the pictures yet. I still have a picture I'll show you. My friend told me how to do it. Well, first, I don't know how it happened. Spirit told me. And then I went to my friends. I was like, this is going to sound crazy, but I got to do this ceremony because I got to bring all the demons. I got to reel them all in. So they're not working for the enemy anymore. And she's like, oh, yeah, I know exactly how to do that. She set the whole thing up, and it was a done deal. And it just happened to be a full moon that day, too. Like, the day it came to me, like, you have to do this, Beth. And I'm like, what? Because I've never touched magic. Ever. And then when Spirit told me that, like, you need to fucking reassimilate all the demons of hell in your body, in your pure light, I was just like, what? But literally, I didn't even question it. I was like, all right, if you say so. And then literally, I went to my friend, said, this is what I got to do. And she had it set up within 10 minutes. Happened to be a full moon that night. And neither one of us know who said it was going to take 6 months. She says I said it, and I know I didn't say it. She told me that. That's why I thought it was going to be 6 months. I don't know. I don't do this stuff. She knew more about it than I did. And so I thought, but it was weird. She says she never said that. I said that. And I'm saying, I never said that. She said that. I didn't know. But right after the ceremony, it was like a wedding ceremony. I was marrying all the demons of hell back to God. And then we went outside, and there was like a bunch of, we went to go look at the moon. And it was like full moon. It was really bright, so you could see all the clouds, and all the clouds were heart-shaped, every single one. Like we married heaven and hell that day. Um, and I think that for some reason that 6 months shit had something to do with something. I don't have a clue what. Yeah. What else? So these three witches are not able to use magic anymore. I don't know who's using the magic because I'm still feeling it. But whatever. New levels, new devils, I guess. Fairy of the Divine Hand. Intoxication, distorted view, and overindulgent. So this was what Spirit's saying is this was something that you were once completely blinded to, but you're not. You see it clearly now. You see straight through it all. It's so clear. It's so clear. I swear to God, me figuring out about the reptilians, shapeshifters, changed everything. It changed everything for me. It created so much room for healing. All that stuff that people had done to me that I loved, turned out they weren't even the people I loved anyway. That was a huge relief, honestly. It made a big difference. All of these little discoveries, I think, are really important to peel the onion back, and I think it's just been really important for my healing to know the truth. I don't know that I could have handled the truth 6 months ago, but probably could have. But I kind of knew anyway. I've kind of always known this stuff. Like I told you, I've been seeing shapeshifters since I was a kid. I've been seeing the slime that goes behind them. I've been able to smell them. I just I didn't quite have it pegged. I could even smell my mother. I could smell when her smell changed. I can even remember what my mother used to smell like and compare it to what she smells like now after the shapeshifter took over. All right. We're dealing with the devil. Who was trying to take away any inspiration that you might have. And your Ten of Pentacles, your inheritance. You stood your ground. And when you stand your ground in the physical, it literally translates to spiritual. It's the same thing. Mind, body, soul. They all work in unison. So when you stand your ground on the physical and like give somebody the finger, it's the same as shielding yourself in the spirit world from their magic. I think there's 288. I just talked to my friend about this the other day. I'm like, is there 144 or is there 200? Because I used to think that that was just a frequency. I didn't know. I couldn't see how there could only be that many. I told myself, no, there's more. That's just a thing. That's just whatever. But lately, like in the past couple months, I'm starting to see so many signs that no, it really is 144,000. There really isn't more than that out there. It's really all there is. But when I talked to my friend about it, her and I agreed it's 288. There's 144 sets of twins. That would be 288,000 people altogether. But each twin is only considered one soul. Hence 144,000. That's really interesting. Deer, huh? I used to always think of a shapeshifter as a shaman, because I always heard that shamans were shapeshifters. In all of the decks, pretty much any deck that you get, it'll have a shapeshifter card in it. And when I first started reading tarot, and I'm talking about 6 months ago, I mean, I've been reading tarot. Um, it it literally, like, just fucking eat shit and die, please, already. Just go the fuck away. I'm sorry, but I just don't want to deal with fucking reptiles anymore. I'm done with it. I'm trying to chill in my own space here. Anyways, what was I saying? Let me see if maybe the last thing you said. You're cooking. I wish you were cooking for me. I see a lot of them. Shifters turn into... Yeah, that's what we were thinking about. That was what I was... Sorry. I got sidetracked with that shapeshifter. So all of the cards, decks, have shapeshifter cards in it. And I was thinking shapeshifter as in shaman. And I've seen people turn into animals before. I've seen somebody turn into a lion. I've seen somebody turn into a wolf. And both of those people, I thought at the time I saw that, I'm like, they must be like shaman, like reincarnated shaman. But since then, I found out that at least one of them's definitely a shapeshifter. The rapper, I don't know for sure what's going on with him. He might just be damaged. I don't know yet. I don't want to find out. Honestly, I don't give a fuck. But anyways, I saw him turn into a lion. I thought that was my whole definition, my whole understanding of shapeshifter. Like, I didn't even... reptilian shapeshifters taking over our families and stuff. Like, that wasn't even an idea in my mind. I had already discovered my mom had no soul. I did know that. The empty eyes. I knew that. I just hadn't correlated it to a shapeshifter yet. But anyways, it kind of makes me think, like, has everybody known about the shapeshifters? Am I the only one that didn't know? It, like, kind of reminds me of when I was in first grade and I was the only one that didn't know there was no Santa. They laughed at me on the playground. They're like, you still believe in Santa? I was like, that bitch. I told her, I said, I swear to God, you better tell me, is this true or not? Tell me the truth. She's like, oh yeah, there's a Santa. I'm like, all right, I'll fucking believe you. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, I never lie to my kids. They don't believe in Santa. As a matter of fact, for years, I'd be like, there's no Santa. They're like, yes, there is, Mom. There is too. I'm like, okay, whatever. Fine, but I'm not lying to my kids like that. That's fucking bullshit. That's some bullshit. Sorry, but some people think it's fun. I think it's fucking lying. You're learning the same thing just now, that like everybody's shapeshifters. Like, whoa, where have I been? How did I not know this? And then, like I said, and then with all the decks having shapeshifter cards in it, it's like, I don't know. It's like everybody else knew except for me. But at least you didn't know either, Jen. It's just us. Everyone knew except for us. All right. What do you want to talk about, White Light? Actually, you know what? White light, can you come back and give me 30 minutes to get a cigarette and go to the bathroom and stuff? I need a break. I love hanging out with you guys. It's like, I still need a rest for a minute though. Perfect. Thanks, Jen. Yeah, you gotta go eat anyway. I wish you were cooking for me. All right. I will go eat my nuts and I'll be back in a little bit. I love you guys.